So the first time I went on camera for television, I was terrified. I remember being in the green room and feeling like I was about to have major surgery. But I did it anyway, and it was all fine. I want to encourage you that being comfortable on camera does not mean you're just going to feel totally relaxed before you go on camera, especially the first time you do any type of new on-camera thing. Even years and years later, after being on TV shows, hosting a TV show, doing webinars every day, the first time I did an Instagram live video, I got the giggles. I laughed through the whole thing because this new form of video where people were there and they were my friends and family, it totally freaked me out. But I went with it and I giggled and it was funny and it totally worked for that platform. So I want to encourage you that if you feel nervous beforehand, that's totally normal. So these tips aren't necessarily about making sure that you're just gonna feel so relaxed before your video. It will take a lot of time for that to happen and a lot of practice, but you will get there. Before I go on TV, I don't feel as freaked out anymore. Even by the time I did my second Instagram live video, no more giggles. So it's just a matter of being brave and doing it. And the good news is being yourself is what works, and then talking about something that you are actually interested in and care about. If you do those two things, you are going to be fine. But here are 5 tips that will kind of help you make that even easier when you're on camera so you don't feel at all embarrassed. So number 1, this can work really well, is have a friend stand behind you and ask you questions that you can then cut out. So sometimes just answering a question is a really great way to appear comfortable on camera. If you've ever seen a really great documentary, those aren't professionals. They're just answering a question, so it comes off really natural. If the idea of having your friend with you totally freaks you out, you can have cue cards, and those cue cards, just writing questions on a couple note cards and then going through that deck and answering those questions to camera can be a really great way to do that. And you can always edit out the blank spaces. You can also use a teleprompter. There's a free one online. If you just type in free teleprompter, you can actually pre-write some of what you want to say and it will slowly go through and you can just read that. So this one, you want to make sure that you're a pretty good reader. You don't want to sound like you're reading, but actually teleprompters helped me a lot when I was first hosting a TV show, and it really, really helped me not feel so freaked out because I knew I would know what to say and I got really good at speaking and reading in a way that didn't sound like I was reading. You can also take advice from my Instagram Live Giggles Fest and go live on social media and maybe even take a challenge and tell yourself you're gonna do 1 video a day. It doesn't even have to be live, but pick a social media account that does video and tell yourself, okay, I'm gonna go live every day, or I'm gonna post a video every day, or once a week. But practice that way. Look at the kind of videos that people are doing on that platform and then model that. Have a plan for each video. It can be, 20 seconds, but just start that way. I recommend especially doing it on one where the videos disappear. So there's less pressure. You can just get comfortable being on video at a more frequent pace, and that will get you more comfortable as you go along. And then number 5, when in doubt, just teach everything you know. The things that you know that are obvious to you are not obvious to everyone. And if you're teaching something, you're going to feel a lot more relaxed because it's about that person and not about you. And in the end, that's what being really good on video is all about. It's not worrying about how you look or how you sound or what people are going to think of you. It's about thinking about that person on the other end of the camera who wants some help, and you're going to share with them something that will help them. So if you think about them, you're going to feel a lot more relaxed, and they're going to find what you're saying a lot more helpful. And you know what? If something goes wrong, honestly, they'll probably like you even more. So be yourself. Don't worry about making mistakes and just start practicing.